everybody, and welcome back to Blackphoenix Entertainment. And this is going to be an interesting one. I'm talking about Can Am again, and whenever I talk about Can Am, it gets a little controversial.
We don't know what controversial.
What do you mean we don't know controversial?
Oh yeah, definitely controversial. Go back and look at some of the other videos that I've made and talk about Can Am, and yeah, the fanboys come out in droves. But we got to talk about it because everyone who owns a Can Am Spyder Ryker has run into this issue with the dealerships, and I think it's about time that we talk about it. Now, before I really get into it, I want to preface, whatever that word is that says I'm saying something before what I'm saying. That's the word that I mean. So, I've never, and you can go back at my videos and you can look and you can tell me that I'm lying, I've never outright bashed Can Am, one, just to do it, two, just to be mean. No. What I'm saying is constructive criticism, and you've got to, you got to speak up. You got to say things and get things out there, and then, we can have discussions about it. And also make them aware of the issues, because some of it maybe they don't even know that there's issues, which that would be crazy to me if I found out that they said, hey, yeah, there's no problems with any of our dealerships. That would be nuts. But really, so yeah, constructive criticism, we got to get this out in the open, we got to talk about it, and then we got to discuss what are we going to do about it, what are the solutions. Alright, so you're saying, okay, Mr. Blackphoenix, what are the issues here? Well, some of you probably already know exactly what I'm going to talk about, some of you don't, so let's get into it. The time it takes for some of these dealers, one, to look at the Spyder Ryker, two, to fix it. Are they going to fix it right? Do they know what they're talking about? Do the techs even give a crap? These are all things that I'm going to talk about in this video, and all things that we all run into whenever we go to dealerships. Now, something that I am going to bring up, there are different levels of dealerships, and I don't know if this is just an American thing or if they do this all throughout the world. So you got platinum, gold, and silver. I don't know if there's anything below silver, if there's a tin or an aluminum or a rust. I don't think those are dealers you want to go to anyways. But I just want to say, locally to me in Massachusetts, kind of centrally located where a lot of our US Spyder Ryder chapters are, there's a big platinum dealership that does all of Can Am. They do the ski-doo, the water sports, off-road, on-road, they do everything. So there's that type of dealership where they are Can Am and they do everything Can Am. Now, that is better than the other types of dealerships because, they're associated with the BLRP. They know the Can Am stuff. That's literally what they do. The problem with those types of dealerships is they do so many other things that sometimes they have trouble moving resources or having enough resources to deal with the on-road stuff. And again, I've never had a problem with this platinum dealership, and I will give them praise all day long. They do what they can with what they have, but for the amount of Spyder Ryders and Rykers in the area, I think they could increase their on-road presence a little bit, maybe get another tech, maybe do whatever you can. Like I said, they're good, they do what they can. That being said, you're still waiting. It could be a week, could be a week and a half, or whatever, and, for something so simple as an oil change or something like that, or just general maintenance, and, it is what it is, with the setup that they have. But I've heard that that's a pretty common theme throughout America from some of my fellow Spyder and Ryker riders and fellow YouTubers that have run into that type of stuff. It's just the wait time. It's not like you can't just ride in, drop your bike off, and then a day or two later, oh, here you go, here's your oil change, it's all done. No, it's always a week. It's always some extravagant amount of time for something so simple, and that definitely needs to change. But the problem intensifies when you go down to these gold and silver dealerships, because they don't just do Can Am. They are two-wheel dealerships that just sell motorcycles that have a Can Am little section off to the side. And yeah, that's when it gets terrible. And I specifically am going to put this dealer on blast because they are known in the area to be absolutely terrible, and I don't care about putting them on blast. The Mom's dealerships in New England. Massachusetts and New Hampshire. You are absolutely terrible. Everybody knows you're terrible. What they are is they're basically like some sort of weird franchise group. They go around and they buy other dealerships and they're like, nope, you're under the mom's name now and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I don't know. They're just, every time I've heard about someone dealing with them, it's just been a terrible experience. And specifically now with the Can Am stuff. So, I bought mine, this Ryker Sport, because at the time I was buying it, it was the only one in the area. It was 100 miles from me. It was a freshly bought new mom's dealership. They were like an old-time Kawasaki Polaris dealership, I think. They had a Can Am thing off to the side. They knew nothing about this thing. I basically called them and said, hey, you have a Ryker Sport, I want it. They didn't sell it to me. I basically said, I am buying that Ryker Sport you have on the lot. That was it. They knew nothing about it. The tech just built it wrong. They did the handlebar recall wrong. I had to do that. There were missing bolts everywhere. There were bolts in my oil pan tray, like the little plastic tray at the bottom there. I heard those rattling around. Just a terrible experience. And oh man, it's early. Why am I bringing that up? Because these types of dealerships that are just motorcycle dealerships, whatever their primary motorcycle is, whether it's Indian, Harley, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, whatever, and they have a little Can Am thing off to the side, they do not give a crap about Can Am. The salesman people don't, the tech people don't. They're like, nope, we just have it, whatever. They're either forced to sell from the owner or whatever the deal is. The techs don't give a crap, and so therefore they don't really want to know how to work on these, nor do they care to work on these. They'd rather spend their time working on the motorcycles that they like. And tell me if you've run into this. Go down in the comments and do all that YouTube stuff now, because I forgot to mention it earlier. Do the like, subscribing, commenting. Let me know if you've run into one of these motorcycle dealerships with a Can Am dealership off to the side or part of it, and you know for a fact these techs just do not care about them. And that's the problem. And the fanboys are going to jump in and be like, no, never had a problem, blah, blah, blah. It's not BRP Can Am's fault. Yes, it is. Because I've had that on a previous video where some random dude was like, oh, BRP doesn't own their dealerships. The dealerships, just sell their products or whatever. This is a problem. And specifically, I'm going to blast this mom's dealership. Someone who's looking for a brand new Spyder or Ryker, they go to this dealership, try to talk to a sales guy who doesn't, not a goddamn clue what he's trying to sell them. All right, so let's just say they get through the sale. All right, the sale process is a hassle. They're like, oh, it's kind of a hassle. Now you got to go and get it worked on. Another complete hassle. You're waiting 2 or 3 weeks to get it fixed. The tech doesn't even know what he's doing. You get it back wrong, all that stuff. Now, that person who just bought this new bike has a sour taste in their mouth, first of all, because the dealership sucks. Just making sure I don't die here. And, then they're going to tell the friends, like, oh, no, I went to this place and it sucked, and Spyder sucks. Sometimes maybe they'll sell it or whatever. And I know I'm just kind of rambling, just kind of spitballing here, but those are the types of things that happen. And regardless of whether or not Can Am owns the dealership, they own the product that they're selling. They have a responsibility for any dealership or any technician that's working and selling their product, for them to, one, know what they're talking about, two, actually be able to do the work that they're saying that they can do on these bikes. Like, that is on BRP. I'm pointing that out right now. You can tell me that I'm wrong all day long, but if I'm selling a product, or if I'm having a product being sold that I own, and I go to that place and they're just treating my product like shit, I would be pretty pissed off. And I don't know why Can Am BRP isn't pissed off at some of these types of dealerships that are pulling this type of crap. So, all that being said, we already know the story. What's the fix? Number one, BRP could really look more into these dealerships and maybe do, and I know it takes labor and it takes manpower for stuff like that, but just do like random checkups. You're like, hey, they could do it with their demo team. Their demo ride team that goes around to different dealerships. You could have another guy tag along with that team and just, check out the dealership, do some talking to see if these people at this dealership that you're doing demo rides to actually know what they're talking about. Whee! I'm gonna go this way. See, I love the product. I'm not bashing Can Am. I love a Ryker. I love just being able to rip it like that. But yeah, so my second solution, which I've been trying to do myself, they should really do Can Am on-road only dealerships. And I know it took a while for me to get to this, and I'm grateful for those who have stuck with me in this video. Can Am on-road only, what is that? This is a dealer that only sells Spyders and Rykers and whatever else BRP decides to put into its on-road lineup. That's it. So you got the salespeople. Oh, hold on, there's like stuff in the road, hold on. And like dirt and like gravel and shit. Lots of steel plates. So you got salespeople who know the product because that's all they sell. So that's all they can, so that's what they can focus their time on, learning about. You got technicians who only touch the on-road product. So you know that they're specialized, they should be, and probably better be, masters at Spyder and Rykers. And when you're a customer and you're walking in there, you should feel confident knowing that, all right, this is an on-road dealership. They should 100% know what they're talking about. Now, is it just a business model where BRP doesn't want to do that? I don't know. I feel like that's a bad business model. I really think there should be something like that. If there is one anywhere, I don't know about it. I don't think they really do Can Am on-road only, at least in America. Is there one around the world? I don't know, because I don't live in the entire world, so I don't know. But that's, again, where you can use the YouTube comments to let me know if there's a on-road only dealership wherever you are, wherever you live. And if they want to do a pilot, hello, yeah, use me, because some of the people I've been talking to, and I think I mentioned on the channel, I'd love to open up a garage just to work on Spyders and Rykers, but America's kind of a dumpster fire right now as far as the economy and all that stuff, and just living in the state of Massachusetts it's expensive as it is. So just trying to get the funding to open up a garage and stuff like that is my biggest issue. Not so much getting the tools or anything like that to work on. It's just, and I know what I'm talking about, and I know I could definitely do it. I could grab a couple people to help me out, but yeah, BRP. If you want to test pilot this Can Am on-road only dealership and garage, I'm your guy. So yeah, flock, let me know what you think. This is my idea. That's me rambling on and on about Can Am stuff. So go down there, do all the fun YouTube stuff, do the liking and subscribing, do the commenting, because I'm sure I'm going to get some on this one. And while you're down there, in my description, I got some cool stuff for you fellow Spyder and Ryker riders and just general members of my flock. I got some cool stuff from BLRtuning, a discount code for Bill. You can go on his website and check out some cool stuff. Some cool 3D printed stuff from Ironside Customs. I got Blackphoenix merchandise where you can support the channel. And you can buy a cool Blackphoenix hat for 20 bucks. Message me for details on that. All that money I get from Ko-fi and the hats go directly to Moby Kit Rescue so we can save the kittens. With all that being said, thank you for rocking with the flock. I'll see you guys on the next one.